Hello race fans and welcome to Newton, Iowa for the running of the FR Racing's Garage Talk 80 live from the virtual Iowa Speedway. I'm Kendall Kerr alongside Season 2 champion Chad Winstead, and we're here to bring you all the action from the world's fastest short track. Chad, what comes to mind whenever you think about Iowa?
Well, it's definitely a fun track. Lots of side-by-side action I think we'll see tonight with the wide banking all the way around this track, so it should make for some great racing. It typically does in real life and in iRacing, so hopefully these guys can keep it under them and bring it home in one piece and give us some good racing like we've had all throughout the year this year.
Yeah, hometown kid Kaden McAreavy Jr., of course, won the championship in the truck series. He's going to start on the pole. Of course, he's always running those Iowa Hawkeyes paint schemes, so I imagine the 3-car will be tough here at the Iowa Speedway.
All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy.
To his outside is going to be Tyler Vickery, and speaking of Tyler Vickery, let's take a quick peek at the point standings. Vickery was unable to attend the race last week due to schedule conflicts and not quite making the race by just a couple minutes time, but it made the points championship a lot more interesting for us as Kaden McAreavy Jr. was able to close in. He's now got 78 points with Colton Gardner not too far behind him in third. You see the rest of the point standings there. These guys are going for real money. So we'll figure out if maybe Vickery can clinch this thing. I think he told us pre-race 29 points is the advantage he needs to clinch.
Yeah, I think the real battle tonight will be that battle for second place, as it's really tight between Kaden and Colton here. But as we'll see, Kaden has been very fast, as you see on the pole here, hometown track. His Iowa Buckeyes did not have a great weekend last weekend, so hopefully he'll redeem them here tonight.
And I know he runs the Iowa Hawkeyes scheme every week, and we see Hunter Hughes running the Ohio State Buckeyes paint scheme behind him. This is a reminder that next week is college, the college-themed race, so I think almost all these guys will be running colleges next week at the Milwaukee Mile to close out the season.
Yeah, those Buckeyes are the ones that put a hurting on Iowa, so I think a little friendly rivalry there, seeing that in his rearview mirror tonight.
Pretty cool paint schemes for both the guys as the pace car is already getting set to pull off. I thought they were going to do 2 laps with it being a quote-unquote short track. Looks like it's going to just be 1, so we're going to get straight to the action. Pace car's off. And it was not off. I apologize. It went out of our view there, and I thought they always did 2 pace laps at Iowa, and indeed they do, so apologies here.
Had me thinking I was looking at the wrong thing there.
Yeah, of course, right as I was doing that, the pace car went out of our view. So this combination of ARCA car at Iowa is one of my favorite combos in all of iRacing. So I hope these guys can put on a good show with it. You can run any line on the racetrack you want with the progressive banking. We're going to find out. This should be a quick one here, or just 80 laps tonight. Competition yellow will fall, of course, at lap 40. Pace car is going to be off this time by. Kaden McAreavy Jr. is going to lead the field around turn number 4.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out. Looks like a pretty good start for both guys on the high side. You see Justin Eves a little further back trying to make a move.
I'm curious to see if we get some 3 wide action tonight. The wide bankings here in these turns, we'll see what the guys are pushing it or not. But good start by Kaden. He's out in front.
Oh, we see Mark Vickers go up the track a little bit on Brian McKinney, and we got battles all over this racetrack.
Oh,
My bad.
very close there by Hunter Hughes. He almost slides up into the 24 there, coming out of 4th.
Looks like Tyler Vickery trying to use the high side right now in 1 and 2 to get that big launch down the back straightaway. Look at the run he's got on McAreavy.
Diving down to the inside, going into 3 here. He's going to have a run on the low side to see if he can stick it.
You see the back end of the car wanting to step out on him. The advantage goes to the high side with the progressive banking. McAreavy Jr. is going to hold on to the lead after 2.
Tyler's hungry for that championship win, but he also wants the race win as well, as he's going to do a little slide job up to the top there, coming down the back stretch. He has the lead.
Familiar spot for that 24 car this season. He's been the dominant driver. Of course, Kaden McAreavy Jr. probably wants this one more than any other race on the schedule. But we've seen it time and time again. I mean, you think of Carl Edwards trying to win at Kansas. You think of Brad Keselowski trying to win at Michigan. Heck, even in our league, Alan Cudman can't get the job done at the Virginia tracks, it seems. It's just a little added pressure when you're racing at your home track, because you want it so badly.
Definitely a little added pressure put on yourself. As we see, Tyler is opening up a little bit of a lead right now. Caden, I wonder if that's in the back of his mind, or if Caden's just laying back a little bit, going to let Tyler burn up his stuff. We'll see what happens here, but Caden's under pressure from the 18 car of Hunter Hughes right now, who's been looking very fast so far.
Yeah, it looks like Hunter really is trying to be aggressive on entry, while Caden's trying to get more speed on exit. And their cars come really, really close together because of that. And there's Mark Vickers, he's right in the mix.
Well, Mark Vickers, longtime runner in this league. 0 wins, but a lot of runner-ups. Just looking to get up there and contend for this win.
Look how yawed out those cars are. You can see them as they go through turn 3 and 4 there. It looks like they're about to step out. And you know if they were running these next gens, they would be around. But these cars, of course, the Twisted Sisters, can really take a lot of yaw like that.
Yeah, they almost look like they're dirt track racing out there sometimes. Got a battle for second place right now. Hunter Hughes down on the inside of Caden.
And Mark Vickers has the best view of it. Let's jump into the cockpit and see what he sees. Take the highlight. Oh, and he hit that big bump. Forgot about that bump there in turns 1 and 2. You want it to stay, if you take the high line just below that bump, because it just really upsets the car when you get into it. This track is really, really fun. You're always on the edge.
Tyler wants to see these guys side by side battling for second right now. He's got about a half a second lead on them. Doesn't seem to be pulling away at all. These guys behind him are fast and hungry for a win.
Yeah, right now we're looking out the rear bumper of Tyler Vickery as Hunter Hughes tries to make a move on Kaden McAreavy. We've got 10 laps down on this thing already.
Yeah, Hunter's definitely giving it all he's got right now. That car is getting swirly, and see the tail end coming out there a little bit out of 3 and 4. He's really pushing to try to get up there next to Caden.
You see 3 distinct different lines there between the 3, the 18, and the 84, and all of them able to make it work through the corner. That's what's so great about this racetrack.
That makes it fun. You see, once again, they're 3 wide, looking like the Blues Angels right there, coming around in the formation almost.
Yeah, and it's almost turning into a 4-car battle. I wonder if Vickery's burned his tires up just a little bit. McAreavy maybe hanging out and just letting it happen. One interesting thing to note is by the time the caution comes through, with it being a short track, I think he'll scrub off 5 laps. So the first run's going to end up being 40 laps, but I think the second one will only be 35.
Yeah, that's an important note there. We'll see what happens with the tail end of this strategy here, but looks like Tyler's opening up a little bit more of a gap there. Hunter Hughes is all over the back bumper of the 3-car.
Yeah, actually, Vickery was 0.3 faster than McAreavy that time, as we see go side by side. Hunter Hughes not able to come up the track, not sure if he got loose or what, but Mark Vickers is now into 3rd spot.
Oh, Hunter really sends it in behind him as they almost make contact going.
And now here comes Brian McKinney and Colton Gardner. They're right there too. So despite only having 9 cars in this race, they're all under a blanket.
I think Hunter pushing his car so hard early on the run is starting to cost him a little bit, as he looks like he's having a hard time getting a handle on it now.
Gardner is still running in the 6th spot in that number 40 car. Last week's winner. A little surprised to see him that far back. I think he was maybe 2nd or 3rd quickest in practice. Not sure if he's just kind of using the first half as a practice session or just trying to save the tires for the very end of this run.
Back through the tail end of the field here while these guys kind of seem to file out. Looks like we've got some cool Halloween paint schemes on Erik Richardson and DJ Fluck's car.
Yeah.
Ooh. As DJ's into the wall as soon as I said his name.
Oh man, I was just gonna say he's on pace to not get lapped through this first half. We won't even have to dish out a lucky dog. That's a pretty cool paint scheme on DJ's car. Beetlejuice machine. I like that number font. Whoa, he's got the back end actually kicked out there.
Yeah, he's having a hard time right now with the handle on that thing as he went shooting up into the wall in turn 1 and 2. You can see some damage on the right side. He's considerably off the pace now.
Yeah, so bummer for DJ. And speaking of DJ, definitely want to make mention of tonight's race sponsor. That is FR's Garage Talk. Get their logo up there. Be sure to check out that podcast. These guys talk all things racing, iRacing, on Stadium Scene TV. Still Tyler Vickery out front, coming across the line to complete lap number 18. Kaden McAreavy Jr. now kind of establishing a little bit of an advantage over 3rd and 4th right now. And McAreavy was about 0.2 faster last time by.
Yeah, right now the battle is for 3rd position back there. Hunter Hughes, Brian McKinney, and Colton Gardner are all looking pretty tight there.
Looks like McAreavy trying to use every single inch of this racetrack on exit. We'll see Vickery move to the top through turns 1 and 2. A little bit easier to run the top in turns 3 and 4 in this racetrack. No bump up there in 3 and 4, but I'm telling you, that bump that you hit in turns 1 and 2, if you hit that, the shocks on this setup are not set up to take it very well when it wants to push the car up towards the wall. Nevertheless, Tyler Vickery doing a nice job up there, still maintaining the lead. The 25-4 last time by. I still say any one of these top 6 has got a very legitimate shot at this one.
Well, definitely, especially when this field bunches back up at the competition caution. See who can be aggressive on the start, get up front, or if something crazy happens, this is anybody's race up here.
See Vickery way up against the wall, but still able to make it work.
Ooh, he's in the wall.
So he's in the wall, and remember with these ARCA cars, once they hit the wall, they kind of stick to it. It's hard to get it released from the wall. I think that's from all the asymmetrical pieces on it, but McAreavy right there.
I think that's exactly what happened. He caught the wall, got stuck up there all the way to the start-finish line, and lost a ton of momentum as the 3 car is right behind him now.
Let's see if we can go on board with Kaden. Vickery got a good exit that time.
Yes, he did. He's doing a nice job on recovery here, not letting that bother him and just running his race again.
McAreavy, I think, maybe got off 4 a little bit better.
Yeah, it looks like the 24 car is kind of pushing through 3 and 4 a little bit more.
Man, this looks like fun. I wish I was out there. I love this this track and car combo. It's one of the best on iRacing.
Well, maybe after we're done with the broadcast, we can throw one up and run a 2-car race.
Heck, I need to practice on the west coast of Sonoma as we see McAreavy's going to get a little bit better exit right now than Vickery. Vickery a little loose. Head back into 3 and 4 this time through. McAreavy going to take a little bit higher line. Try to use the banking to his advantage.
looked like the 3 car wanted to put his nose under there.
There he goes.
The 4 car comes down, and here he goes. He's sending it down in there in 1 and 2 on the low line.
And keep note that this is lap 27. They're still side by side. Vickery going to get the run off the high side. Mark Vickers right there now. I'm saying about lap number 27 because maybe Tyler Vickery used up those tires just a little bit too much in the first half of this one. But it will be a shorter run to the finish, but still enough time if we're looking at lap 28 right now.
We've got a 4-car battle right up here.
Yeah, Hunter Hughes back in it. Watch the run McAreavy's going to get from the high side this time. And actually, we got 7 cars. Justin Neves in the Trojan Magna machine. He's up to 7.
Yeah, he's really been driving that car hard tonight, trying to make his way up in there.
So we got a battle for the lead. Kaden McAreavy to the bottom. Vickery's going to be on the top. Can he clear him? The 3 car drives it in hard. Vickery trying to pinch him to the bottom. Still the advantage to Tyler Vickery as they complete lap number 29.
Good battle for the lead right now. The 84 car and the 18 car, Mark Vickers and Hunter Hughes are loving this as they're right there in the action.
Yep, perhaps maybe even saving a little tire as these guys go side by side. McAreavy trying to hang on the quarter panel.
Looked like the 24 caught the edge of the wall going into corner entry there. That might give the advantage to the 3 car if he can make it.
These guys, we got the whole top 5's under a blanket right now, Chad. This battle for the lead has allowed those guys to suck right to the rear ends of them.
Now we've got the 18 car down on the inside of Mark Vickers. Battle for first and second right now on the track.
Tremendous racing once again. The Wednesday Night Dash Series all season long. It's been the theme since they switched over to these ARCA cars. It really seems to put on a good show for this particular group of drivers.
Yeah, this ARCA car has leveled the playing field a little bit more, and these guys have been enjoying it, giving us a lot of good action here. As we're still got a battle for first and second on the racetrack as Mark Vickers is able to get around, keeping in front of the 18 car. Seems like this low line is making it, it's a little bit more difficult to pass.
Oh, watch this. Here comes McAreavy's able to get to the right rear of Vickery. Vickery has to pitch the car down. I think McAreavy's going to lead that lap. First lead change of the race. Lap number 33.
Sorry, Kendall, you figured out exactly what I was just saying, is the low line is not going to be the way to get around it at the end of the run, it seems. He made that high line stick.
As soon as he was able to get the right rear, here comes Mark Vickers now. What a gaggle of cars. This is 33 laps into this run. These guys skating around on old tires. What a race.
Definitely. We'll see if Tyler learns from that mistake of giving him the high side here, if the guys behind him saw that.
Oh man, and Tyler did not get off that turn good. And here comes Vickers, Hughes, and McKinney. I think maybe he had to lift.
Caden's going to get a huge advantage out in first place now over Mark Vickers as the 18
Whoa, hang on to it, Tyler. Ooh. Big move from the 24. And McAreavy's driving away with this thing. Now we see Brian McKinney to the bottom of Vickery. Here comes Colton Gardner, Justin Neves. What a battle.
The entire field basically is in this battle right now.
You see Justin Neves go to the bottom now of Colton Gardner. It looks like a blast to be out there right now.
Yes, it does, unless you're the 24 car of Tyler Vickery.
Yeah, he's hanging on for dear life. We are now on lap number 36, so... Whoa, and Hughes gets into the back of Vickers. Hang on to it, Mark. And he does. What a save.
Wow.
Oh, we might have jinxed him.
Down on the apron now. He just needs to hang on to it, get to the caution there.
Yep, you're exactly right. It was the 18, Hunter Hughes got into the back end of it. We were focused on it, but what a break and an opportunity now for the 8 car. Brian McKinney who runs second. We got Justin Neves in third. And here comes Colton Gardner trying to make a move on Tyler Vickery.
Tyler is going...
And I hate we got the competition yellow coming, huh?
I know. A couple more laps until that. How about Brian McKinney right now in the 8 car running second place, and Justin Neves in the 82 running third.
think Brian's got himself a couple of podiums this season, hasn't been able to knock the door down to victory lane. Maybe today's the day. See the 3-car of McAreavy trying to put DJ Fluck a lap down. But I think Fluck will be just fine to grab that lucky dog. We should have all 9 cars on the lead lap for segment 2.
Awesome, next time by.
Man, what a tremendous little battle those guys were having. See Justin Eves dive to the bottom, trying to make a move there for second.
Yeah, it was exciting to see pretty much the whole field battling for some podium positions there. That was a great, great battle. And, you know, like you said, this second run after the caution is going to be around 35, 36 laps or so. And that 30 to 36 lap segment was when we were having our best battles there. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, hopefully that's a preview of the end of this thing. So you see now Justin Eves up to 3rd. Trojan Magnums, the official protection device of the Wednesday Night Dash Series.
Yeah, we've seen him with a lot of busted and broken cars this year.
Go back there.
So good to see him getting a clean run in.
Yeah, we see DJ come over the radio. He is indeed going to get the lucky dog. So these guys are getting ready to come to the pit lane this time.
A little late on this one, but you hate to see a busted Trojan.
Yeah, nobody likes those. And we did make mention of it last week. I think sometimes what happens is you get a little too much of the Jepson's Velour or Jack Daniels in Brandon Birmingham's case, and it's a good combo when it works. These guys are going to put on 4 fresh Goodyear rubbers and 17 gallons, I think these cars hold, of Sunoco Racing fuel. See McAreavy coming to his pit stall.
Looks like everybody got in clean on their pits. Hopefully they can get a clean exit. Justin Nees with a great stop there. He might actually...
Oh, didn't quite get him. Nevertheless, the pit crew was on it. Is McAreavy going to win the race off pit road? And a little bit of work to do for the 24 car. He's going to have to start a little further back than he did. And we know he already used maybe a little bit too much tires through the first segment of the race. And he's going to have to go from 6th here in segment 2. I think he started the race 2nd.
Yeah. I think he did pick a spot back up there on pit lane. I think he got around Colton Gardner, who was in front of him coming to the caution there. So in his case, every spot matters for the finish of this race too, for that points championship.
Yep, and the guy that he does not want to be winning this race is winning. The other guy needs to have a rough run. He's still in front of Colton Gardner.
Yeah, if Kaden stays out in front here for a while and leads the most laps, he'll get an extra bonus point, correct?
That is correct, but I think Tyler Vickery led, what, probably about 28, 30 laps there to start the thing.
Well, hopefully the first half of this race is an indicator of the second half when we get some good, clean racing like we did. Hate to see the 18 and the 84 car come together there. I know that Hunter apologized over the radio there to Mark, who's having a great run. So hopefully Mark can get back up there and have a good run here at the end as well.
Yeah, I expect the 84. He's been gaining some momentum. He's really come close at the end of some of these things. I don't know that the truck got along with Mark very well, but we know he was fast in those next gens during that season. And these cars run, I'd say, somewhat similar to these ARCA cars. They drive loose.
Yeah, definitely.
So all 9 cars will be on the lead lap. See if Erik Richardson, DJ Fluck was able to learn anything through the first half of this one they can use in the second half. But the other top 7 in this race, I'd say any of them could win this thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a 7-car battle in that first half, so hopefully all 7 can be there at the finish and give us a good show here.
I think they're going to be getting the 1 to go this time. I know Iowa is one of those tracks that has 5 caution laps when it really should only have 4, probably, similar to Richmond. Because, yeah, they're doubling up, so we're going to go green next time by.
With the way these guys are running in the first half, all bets are off on who's going to win this thing.
I did want to make mention of the FR Racing podcast. Join Erik Richardson, driver the number 13 FR Racing's Garage Talk ARCA car, and DJ Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming on twitch.tv/FR Racing Online with replays of the FR Racing YouTube channel or wherever you download your favorite podcast. They run down the world of racing, recap that week's Wednesday night dash race, and have a guest or two stop by and visit. So be sure to check out FR Racing's Garage Talk. So now we see the pace car dip down. We're getting ready to start the second one. Here we go. Brian McKinney blinks out at the start. McAreavy gets a great launch on the bottom. And Justin Neves is going to follow him. 2 black and yellow cars to the front at Iowa.
A car getting a slow start and blinking gave a huge advantage to the 24 as Hunter Hughes had to check up a little bit. The 24 car is all the way back into 3rd place now going in.
Well, he had to get on the brakes quick there as Neves was a little bit more eager to get to the brake pedal on entry.
Start.
And Vickery is sliding the back end on that thing, trying desperately get to back to get to the front of the field again.
Yeah, very aggressive start by Tyler. He's hungry for that lead. Wow, he gets a huge run and he's right under the inside for the lead.
We've seen it similar to what Scott McCarris did earlier in the season. The fast start, but can the 24 car hang on and make the tires work? McAreavy's going to get a big run off the top. As we see Hunter Hughes in the wall a little further back, Gardner's going to go low, and they're all safe for the time being.
Hunter got glued to that wall again as he's going to lose a couple spots now, unfortunately, but 24 car back up front again, a very familiar sight. He went from
that was an impressive start.
Yeah, was that from 6th place to 1st in 2 laps?
Well, I think you said he picked up a spot on pit road, so it would have been 5th, but still, nevertheless, 4 spots in 2 laps. That's impressive, and now extending the lead.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Brian McKinney, he went from 2nd to 4th. He went the opposite direction there. Not a great jump there.
Now the 24 car's just got to try and put together all the lessons he learned through that first segment. And try and keep those Goodyear rubbers on him as we see Mark Vickers in the fence.
Yeah, Mark got a little loose there and overcorrected right into the fence, it looked like.
Now we see battle for 3rd, yep.
Yeah, A-car down on the inside there, Justin Neves. We'll see if he can make it stick.
Here comes the 84 Mark Vickers. Clearly that run in with the wall didn't slow him down too much. Still side by side right in front of him. Let's go on board with Mark. Nowhere to go as the 84 car right now. You just got to kind of save your tires and wait for this twosome in front of you to settle down.
Neither line really has much of an advantage until right there as the A-car got a little loose.
Yeah, you can hear Vickers couldn't quite get to the accelerator pedal the way he would had those cars not been around him. It cost him a little bit of time. Oh, hang on to him, Justin.
Oh, no. Justin into the wall.
And really actually made a pretty good save there. He's got a little bit of damage to the right front, but I don't think we punctured that Trojan machine too much. Should still be safe to finish the ride out.
Yeah, he should. He should have pulled out of the throttle a little bit quicker than that, though.
Out front, still a 2.5 seconds. Tyler Vickery leading over Kaden McAreavy Jr. There's the advantage. Mark Vickers back in 3rd. Right now, it's about 2.5 tenths is how much faster Tyler Vickery is running than Kaden McAreavy right now, but we've seen him in the first run burn his stuff up. We'll see if he is able to do a better job this time. Got to go less laps.
Yeah, less laps, but he is really burning it down right now. We did not see this big of a gap in that first run by any means. 2 seconds right now between first and second place. Looks like the best battle in the track right now is between the 8 and the 18 of Brian McKinney and Hunter Hughes. Hunter Hughes going to go to the outside here, try and get a run on the top side, coming off of 2.
Yep, they're coming across the line this time by. It'll be 24 laps to go for Tyler Vickery. And I do want to make note, Erik Richardson doing a much better job this time through, keeping up with the cars in front of him. He's got Colton Gardner slightly in front of him. About 2.2 seconds though right now, the advantage from first to second.
Yeah, it looks like the whole field is a little bit more spread out in the first part of this first run, so we'll see what happens as these tires wear in. Looked like everybody was trying to push it a little bit harder. Had some incidents there. So the 84 car is right on the bumper of the 3 car. Not what Kaden wants to see when he's trying to catch back up to the 24.
Yeah, I wonder when Kaden really presses the go button. I think he's just sitting conserving right now. He's still running slower lap times than our leader, Tyler Vickery. In fact, the fastest car on the racetrack that time by was actually Brian McKinney, the 8th.
Speaking of Brian, he's got Hunter Hughes on the inside of him right now, as that car looks very fast as well. He's going to come by and get the job done, it looks like.
Well, not quite on that outside. The progressive bank, Brian McKinney able to hold it to his right rear. Try and pinch him down into 1 and 2. Able to dodge the bump. Nice turn there from Brian McKinney. He's going to regain that 4th spot.
Good battle. It doesn't look like the damage on the 82 car is affecting him too much, as he's kind of closing the gap on these 2 guys now.
Yeah, Netus has been sneaky fast all season long. It's been good to see him back in the car. Of course, drove that Liquid Death water machine. Really good looking next gen car. Didn't see him as much in the truck, and now we see him, of course, week in and week out in the familiar Trojan Magnum machine.
Looking at the lap times the last couple times around, and the gap to the leader is not growing anymore. So we'll see what happens here. If Tyler's just easing up and trying to save the rest of his tires, or if Kaden is just now trying to push the issue on his tires. But he has the 84 all over him right now on the inside.
Yep, Vicker's trying to take a peek for second. That time by, McAreavy was about half a tenth quicker. We got 17 laps to go. McAreavy all the way up at the top. But if he was only able to gain about a tenth the rest of the way, that would not be enough. Vickery has got out to about a 2.5 second lead with just 17 to go.
Tell you what, just looking at the cars on the track, the 84 looks like he's the fastest. He just has a 3 car in front of him, maybe slowing him down just a little bit.
So that time by, the fastest car was actually Tyler Vickery, 25.319. We had Brian McKinney second fastest, and third fastest overall was Mark Vickers. Whoa, McAreavy's in the wall, and Vickers gets a piece of him.
Vickers caught just the left rear, couldn't quite back it off, but huge break for
and
the
what a moment in the championship as well.
Yeah, big break for Tyler there, as the 3 car is going to lose several positions, and that might just be enough to lock it up even if something happens to Tyler and he falls back a few positions. Mark Vickers now in a familiar spot in second place, so we'll see if he's got anything for Tyler up there in first. He's got a 3.5 second gap.
Yeah, but right now he's got a rear view mirror all full of Brian McKinney. Is McKinney trying to take that second spot?
You said it, the 8 car's been the fastest car on the track several laps. Not able to complete the pass there.
Yeah, turn 4 is so difficult on the bottom to make that work. It's just so hard to clear the guy.
Running a similar line to the 84 there, see if he can close the gap here and maybe try something on the high side as he's gonna stick a nose down there. Both of these guys look like they're giving it everything they've got coming out of 4. With that tail coming around, they look a little loose.
Yeah, still a great battle though for second spot. Vickers trying to hold tough on that outside. McKinney trying to make the bottom work. See him a little bit loose there, allowing the 3 of McAreavy and the 1800 used to close back in a little bit.
Big run by the 8 there. Cannot make that inside work coming out of 4. Let's see if he tries something different this next time, or if he's going to keep going down to that inside.
But this is exactly what Tyler Vickery wants to see. This 4-car battle really for second, especially really tight there for second. Probably allow him to relax just a little bit and just hit his marks. He's running 25.7s right now. And so are these guys. Fastest car that time was McAreavy with the 25.6. 9 laps to go. This race flew by.
Yes, it did. McAreavy's really closed the gap back to second and third. Trying to make up for that mistake here. But if Tyler wins this race, as it looks like he just might, it seems like championship's all been locked up anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. And what a recovery from the 24 car. Saw him fast in the early part of the run, but not able to keep the tires under him, getting to the wall a couple of times. And this time through, he clearly learned his lesson and has been able to hit his marks nice and smooth through segment number 2.
Yeah, Kaden McAreavy just got a huge run on the 8 car there, is able to take away third place. Has his sights set on Mark Vickers next for second.
Yeah, not sure what happened to the 8 car of McKinney, but he was way off the pace last lap, about 4/10 slower than the rest of the top 5.
Yeah, it looked like the when the 3 car got his big run on the outside, the 8 car kind of let off the gas, got a little loose a couple times, and just lost all momentum coming out of both turns. Now he has the 18 car of Hunter Hughes all over his bumpers. Now Hunter's really loose.
Big save though, able to keep it under him. Good battle here for second. Got 4 cars under a blanket. Mark Vickers still holding on to that silver medal. McAreavy go way to the top, try and get that big launch off the exit. And now he's going to take it to the bottom.
He gets that big launch, and he's going to see if he can make that bottom line work and maybe pull a little bit of a slide job.
And these guys were about 0.3 of a second faster than Tyler Vickery last time by. So they have saved their tires, perhaps maybe a little too much.
The 8 car's back in the fold now, so he makes a stick down underneath the 3 there. We've got a 3-car battle for second place.
Yeah, best battle on the racetrack by far as we see Brian McKinney trying to go up the racetrack. And he takes Kaden McAreavy along with him, and now Colton Gardner is upside down.
82
and
car
even Justin Neves involved. A huge crash.
And after such a good run by these guys, hate to see it end that way. Is the 82 car is parked in the middle of the front stretch, we'll see what happens with Tyler when he's coming around. Does he see it?
Yeah, he's going to go underneath it, clear all danger. Obviously a huge break for the 24 car, but I think he was going to be just fine anyway. And
yeah, I think he was going to be just fine. You hate it for Kaden McAreavy.
Yeah, I hate it for all those guys, really. Great runs going, and Colton Gardner's bad luck continues. Let's see if we can go get a camera focused here on probably your eventual champion, Tyler Vickery. And man, he really has deserved it. We saw him fumble a couple races away at the beginning of the season, I think a couple seconds, a third, and then really get on a roll as he's going to represent Florida and New Smyrna Speedway very well here in the plains of Iowa, and he's going to win it.
Mark Vickers, great run by him. He comes home second place, and Hunter Hughes comes home third.
Yeah, heartbreak of the night, definitely going to the Kaden McAreavy machine. We saw him, he was the fastest car in segment 1 at the end, but unfortunately involved in that accident.
Oh my gosh, I am like so happy right now.
Yeah, another great dominating win there in the second half by Tyler Vickery. As you said, at those second places, third places, yeah, they stung a little bit when he didn't get the win, but they definitely helped with that points championship as he was the most consistent car all year, stayed out of trouble,
it's all good now.
no big wrecks, and fortunately enough for him, that was the difference here in the end.
I just came by and saw a bunch of cars in the infield.
Well, there he is burning it down. So the final results of this one looks like Tyler Vickery, Mark Vickers, Hunter Hughes, Erik Richardson ends up 4th. What a comeback. DJ Fluck rounds out the top 5. Justin Neves 6th. 7th is Colton Gardner. We saw him flipping. Brian McKinney 8th. And Kaden McAreavy Jr. does not get the finish he deserves. He finishes 9th tonight.
Yeah, unfortunate break for him. It looked like Brian McKinney just drove it in a little too hard, and him and the 3-car got together trying to get out of the turn cleanly. But let's go talk to our race winner and champion, Tyler Vickery.
Yep, let's do it. I'm going to jump in there. You're more than welcome to start it, Chad.
Tyler Vickery, looks like our champion and race winner tonight. What a comeback there, and what a start on the second stint of that run. I think you went from 5th to 1st place in a matter of 1 lap. Can you walk us through what happened in the first half of that run and then the start there in the second half?
Oh my gosh. First half, I pushed it too hard. I mean, of course, normally with this K&N cars, I gotta work on it. But as soon as I started hitting the wall and let Kaden get around, I'm like, I cannot, like, as soon as we hit the caution brake, I cannot not let Kaden get that bonus point for leading the most laps, because I was like, I already knocked off 20, and it's like I needed to keep it, especially if he managed to get around me. The second half, especially after falling back to 6th and getting the 5th place back in the pits, I said, all right, go all out. Don't try to save tires at the start like I did. Just go all out, try to get a big enough gap and hope that someone can fight with Kaden, and that was all I needed to have happen.
Well, what you wanted is exactly what happened, and that aggressive start that you had to get up there to the lead ended up paying off. As unfortunately for Kaden, him and Brian McKinney got together a little bit there towards the end of the race, and we had a big wreck. We hate it for him, but
yeah,
yeah.
I saw the relative, and I started backing off like when we got to about 7 to go, because I was like, all right, I got 3.5. I was like, I had a 3.5 second gap, and I knew with them battling like they were in the first half, I was like, I need to let's just back off, save some tire in case I need to fight. And then all of a sudden, when I saw the mess happen and on the relative, I was like, oh man. And then seeing that Kaden left, I was like, wow, that just sealed it right there.
Well, you've given us a lot of exciting racing throughout the whole year. You were the most consistent car, and that's why you were in the position that you're in. I know those those races where you let the win slip away towards the beginning of the year, but you still finished second or third place. I know that hurt, but ultimately here in the end, you got the most points with a race to spare, and you are our champion. How does that feel?
Awesome. That is just awesome. I mean, and especially with me always trying to just do what I can and getting the best finishes I can. No, especially with tracks that I feel uncomfortable with, being able to stay consistent and do well on the courses on the tracks I felt comfortable with. Oh, that just made it even better.
Yeah, well, like I said, you did a great job tonight with the recovery there to bring it home, park it in victory lane. Who do you have to thank for this race and this season?
Oh gosh, just everyone from New Smyrna Speedway. My girlfriend. I got a few guys. Some of the teams I work with. The Klauser family, Blake, Rich. They all pick fun with me and stuff. Jack Hall. I'm gonna have some Jacked racing on the car for next season. I'm definitely gonna be back for next season. He's got a YouTube page of Jacked Racing. Great guy. He's trying to help me out as well, getting into some actual racing at some point. Boyd Tech, Top Coat for Tony Bromley. I know they're going to be picking fun with me now. Uh, oh gosh, VSM Racing, Sam Cooper Bennett for the paint scheme. There's so many people I can't help but thank, but I'm just, I'm so ecstatic right now, and it's going to take me a day.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to capture a championship, no matter what league or race series you're running. I know the feeling running this series back in season 2. It's a great group of guys, lots of fun racing. So congrats to you, and I got to give a thanks to Kendall Kerr here, our main broadcaster, for letting me in the booth and for giving us a good show all year. Kendall, do you have anything for our race winner?
No, I just want to say, congratulations, Tyler. We talked about it on the broadcast. I think you've been the best from start to finish in almost every race. You could tell, you got out to early leads and let a couple slip away at the beginning of the season and clearly learned from it and have been able to establish dominance here in season number 4. Very well deserving champion, especially, missing last week and still able to get the job done. So, very impressive stuff, and look forward to seeing what you're able to do both here on Wednesday Night Dash and in real life racing in the future.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know at some point now I have a feeling I remember at one point I heard something about a potential all-star race, so I'm looking forward to that now. That'll be fun. But oh gosh, yeah, I'm just yeah, over the moon right now. I still can't believe it.
So that's the words of your season 4 champion, Tyler Vickery, also the winner here at Iowa Speedway tonight. We're going to leave you with the end credits. We got one more before the end of this season, and man, I'd say this has been the best Wednesday Night Dash season yet. We've had competitive racing in every single track we've gone to. We saw midway through, I mean, there was a 7-car battle at one point, everyone under a blanket. We saw Tyler slip back to 6th or 7th, come all the way back to win this one here tonight with the charge on that restart and capture the championship. Thanks as always for tuning in. For Chad Winstead, I'm Kendall Kerr. Here's the end credits.